There is something satisfying about witnessing corrupt officers being caught red-handed and having to deal with the repercussions of their choices, just like this tyrant who believed he could get away with terrorizing this innocent citizen.
I'm sorry, ma'am? No pictures? Yeah, no, I'm taking video. Yes, I am.
That's the rules of the board.
That's not the rules. Sure. I'm just taking video.
No, you're supposed to video.
Yeah, I'm 100% able to video. That's for sure.
What's that?
I'm able to video. Sorry, it's a little loud in
No
here.
pictures or video.
Yes, I am.
You videotaping?
Yes, I'm recording.
No, you cannot do that.
Why would that be?
That is against the law. No picture taking or videotaping. If so, we'd have to call security.
That's not against the law,
Yes,
ma'am.
okay, you cannot do that in here. Rosemary, please call security.
She's in charge and she asked you to do
It's against the law to be
You
filming
cannot
in a voting
videotape.
place.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
unless,
What
yes.
law is it?
New York State law.
No, it's not.
You're,
I looked up the law.
Okay.
well, we're asking you not to do it. Please put it away.
No, it's
We
my
don't want
right.
you looking at other people.
I'm not looking at
The
anybody.
camera could pan to somebody else's ballot.
I'm not looking at anybody's ballot.
Within minutes, the poll workers who were in charge of the place started to harass and intimidate Sean into turning his camera off. Despite this pressure, he continued to film and kept making a joke out of them.
Call who you need to call.
You
Call.
can vote.
Call who you need to call. I'm here to vote.
You gotta go. He's videotaping.
Hey, how are you?
You gotta go, pal.
Yeah, no. No, I don't.
It's okay.
I have a right to vote. I'm going to vote, and I will be on my way.
Right. You can vote, but
You're
you
not
just can't
prevented
video.
from
Come on.
voting.
Yes, I can.
You cannot.
Yes, I can.
Well, we're not ready.
Just go.
That means you're violating my rights. That's what that means.
is this-
Yeah, I don't want any issues either. I just want to vote.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an escalated situation. I just want to vote and be on my way.
This is illegal. You can't do this.
It's not illegal.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know where'd you get that information from?
This is New York State law.
It is hilarious how none of these people knew the Constitution or even how the law works. I wonder which New York State law they had actually read to come up with such hilarious statements.
Oh, is that a sign? Can I see the sign? So this is a sign, right? So this is not a law, though. This is just a sign. Absolutely ridiculous. Sir, I'm going to ask you one more time. Can I just vote? Can you allow me to vote? Stop impeding me from voting?
You gotta take the video down. That's all. You're welcome to vote, but you gotta take the video down.
The recording, I'm not recording anybody's personal information or their ballot. Who's in? She's not in charge of me.
She's in charge of this place.
No, she's not. She's not in charge of me. I'm in charge of my own actions as long as I'm not breaking the law. I'm not breaking the law.
Sean quickly dialed 911, hoping that law enforcement officers would arrive and support his view. However, as the cops arrived, they aligned with the workers inside.
I called you guys. I'm just trying to vote. I'm not filming anybody's ballots. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm just trying to vote. They're preventing me from voting. That's why I called you guys. I didn't know what else to do. I'm just trying to vote and be on my way. I want.
They're going to vote. Maybe I'll do that. You're going to record.
Right. No, but I have a constitutional right to record. I'm not breaking any laws, so I just want to vote.
Okay. They're probably not going to let you in if you're recording everybody's ballot.
Well, that would be a violation of my rights, sir. and that's why I called you. You're supposed to uphold my rights.
Who's not letting you in?
All of them? It's not illegal to record.
Okay. Can I get your info quick too, just for the report? Just your name?
You could just put good citizen.
Good citizen?
Yeah, that's it. For the
You're not going to give me your name for the report?
no,
Your date of birth? You're not going to ID
No.
any of it?
no, I'm not breaking any laws. I just want to vote and be on my way.
Okay, well, we also have to write a report on what's going on.
I understand you got to write a report. I get it. I'd like to request a supervisor too. That's
We
okay.
have a supervisor already on the list.
Okay, perfect. You guys are at 6th precinct. 6th precinct. Got it.
Something tells me you already know that.
How would I know where you're from?
I can only imagine.
So why are you asking me for my name?
I still have to be able to ask you.
But if you know who I am, that's kind of pointless. All right, let's hope that these officers uphold our constitutional rights and honor the oath that they took to do so.
All right, they have a sign that clearly states there's no video recording or picture taking inside the polling site.
they have a sign?
Door. Yeah, it's a sign that states no,
Really?
no picture taking, no video recording inside
Right.
the polling state without written permission from the Board of Elections.
Yeah, so that sign, what does that mean to you? What do you think that means?
What it states.
A sign?
If the sign stated.
If they had a sign,
I assume the Board of Elections have it all
If they had a sign,
together. So.
right, but it's not a law. And if they had a sign that said people of a certain skin color couldn't vote, white people couldn't vote here, would you honor that sign just because it said they had a sign?
No.
You wouldn't, right? So you would uphold the law and the Constitution, right?
Yeah, you're not
Right.
being told you're not allowed to vote. You just can't record in there. While
Yeah, well, I'm allowed to record.
Sean wasted no time proving the officer wrong, showing once again how disappointing it is when a police officer disregards the Constitution in favor of a sign. After this lesson, the officer went back to his cruiser to study the law regarding this, only to come back with an even worse statement.
Looks like the supervisor and the officer here are reading up on the law. How's Sergeant Mio? He's doing good? Still looking after those Home Depot carts?
certain spots of the form that we are supposed to keep an eye on. So you can go in there and vote. You just can't record while you're in. Just that.
Reasonable restrictions.
So is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to the supervisor. As you know, you just tried to look. There's a law that prohibits somebody from taking pictures of their completed ballot.
New York State has deemed these as non-public forms. Therefore, they are susceptible to government regulation. Therefore,
Reasonable.
that's what they're stating. That's what New York State is stating.
Right, reasonable.
So you can go in there and vote. You just can't record while you're in. Just that.
Reasonable restrictions.
So is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to the supervisor.
The cop surely had no understanding of what was going on. It didn't take long for Sean to own them and return to the polling station, this time with a cheeky little twist.
I went there, they called the police. He said he's allowed, there's no law preventing him from recording. I voted and I left. It was that simple. It wasn't, there's nothing I'm doing that's nefarious or illegal. I'm not doing anything that's breaking the law.
Okay.
I don't understand.
So to my knowledge, the Board of Education, I keep saying that, sorry, the Board of Elections has a ruling on this that there's no filming inside, and it was backed up in a prior court case that says that it's not a restriction, it's a lawful restriction of your First Amendment right, and it was backed up in court. I'm confirming that with the Board of Elections supervisor right now, so I'll get back to you in like 2 seconds, but to my knowledge, that's what it is.
Okay,
So you can vote still, but you cannot record inside. You have to turn the camera off to vote, but you can turn it back on as soon as you want.
Okay. I turned the camera off, okay? I'm gonna go vote now. And the camera's off. I don't get searched when I go in there, right? You can't look at my phone. I'm not recording. I'm telling you I'm not recording.
Look, you're going to give you a problem.
I'm not
I
recording.
can't tell if you're recording, and neither can they.
I'm not recording.
I know,
you're-
but I'm not recording either right now.
Coming in to vote?
Yes.
Phone off?
Yeah, I'm not recording. I learned the error of my ways. I learned the error of my ways for being so transparent.
Is he the phone?
Oh no, I'm not subject to searches or seizures.
Put it in your pocket.
No, I'm not recording. I'm not recording.
You're not allowed to videotape in here.
I said I'm not.
Is it
I
off?
said I'm not.
Prove it to me.
Why? Are you law enforcement?
Are you?
No, that's why I don't ask people to prove anything. Yo, I'm not recording. I'm telling you I'm not recording. Move on. Let's go.
I can see there's no light.
I'm not recording.
There's no.
Well, could you put your phone?
No, I'm allowed to have my phone in my hand. I want to record. I'm telling you I'm not recording.
We don't
This your
know.
first time
Don't know whether
voting?
you're recording or not.
That's not my problem. If you don't, I'm telling you I'm not. I'm telling you I'm not.
The people in charge started to get anxious and angry again, and that is when the cops were called in. Things were about to escalate, and Sean had no idea how it would unfold.
So here's the deal, Sean. So based on their rules and how they run this,
Right. That's why I'm not recording.
okay, they want you to put the phone away
That's not
and
a
not
rule.
recording.
That's not a rule. I'm not recording.
Okay.
I just said that. I'm not.
All right.
It's not.
Just one of two things, either like cover the lenses or put it in your pocket.
Keep it in there.
Thank you very, very, very much.
I have no proof that I'm recording.
Sean, can I talk to you like a
Listen,
gentleman for a second?
if you're going to arrest me, go ahead, do it. Do
Well,
it.
we're not gonna arrest
No,
you.
no, do it.
You're
Because
listening-
I be in these
you're
charges over and
listening-
over again. I'm tired
You're
of it, man.
listening to what they're telling you
I'm
to do.
tired of it.
If you end up posting anything later on,
can't
they,
do anything.
they will press charges at a later date. Yes, they can.
What charges for what? There's no law.
Election interference.
Sean was clearly not afraid of the arrest, but under severe intimidation, he put his phone in his pocket, but it kept recording. Shortly after, he went over to vote, and that is when a worker did something crazy.
Please stay away from me while I'm voting, ma'am. I don't want you next to me while I'm voting. This is voter intimidation. Stay away from me.
Moments later, Sean exited the building and was on his way home, but not before speaking with the officer who made a hilarious comment earlier.
Just want to bring this up to my attorney. When I post the video, what will I be arrested for?
That you're gonna have to I'll get back to you on, or if you want to call the Board of Elections, you can ask them themselves. Because
But you said I would be arrested.
I didn't get that far. That's what they told me.
They said I would be arrested if I post the video.
But what the issue that we were dealing with at the time was you recording inside, and them asking you to not record, or you're going to be asked to leave. So that's what I focused on.
Oh, okay.
I am not going to say.
Just so you know, I was recording the whole time. Okay. Just so you know.
That's great.
Right. Just proves my point. It just proves my point how stupid it is.
It is unbelievable how difficult a simple constitutional act became for Sean, who had done nothing wrong. The officers, especially, should have known better, but they turned out to be even worse. Let's see if Sean decides to file any complaints against them. These cops clearly had no understanding of the law, but this next officer made a mistake so severe it cost him his job.
Start listening, you about to go in handcuffs. You understand me? Stand right there now. I'm done playing with you.
In September 2024, Matt was driving his car when a couple of officers from the Selma Police Department pulled him over and became increasingly aggressive.
Pennsylvania versus Mims, man. You gonna step out of the vehicle for me?
Step out of the car?
Yes, sir.
Why am I? You
just step out of the car. Right,
you didn't even ask me about it. Hold on, sir. I know my rights.
Get you out of the car. Step out of the car, man.
For what?
He's already asked you. Get out of the car. Get out.
For what?
Step out the car for me, man.
For what? For what?
First off, load of marijuana. Second off, your plate expired.
Expired, sir.
Now you're refusing orders. Step out the car, sir.
Hold on. You didn't even
step out of the car. Put your phone right here. Step out the car and put your phone right here. That's fine.
Officer Atkinson escalated the issue, and as of now, the Selma Police Department do not have body cams for the officer. Therefore, Matt started filming on his phone and continued to record as he was ordered out of the car.
I'm gonna cut the car off, okay?
That's fine. Do that. Leave the keys right there. You got your ID?
Yeah, that's my license.
Okay, that's fine. You sit. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to know why the hostility.
Step out the car.
I want to know the hostility. So you didn't have any reason to pull me over.
Well, we do. Your plate. Come on. I'm gonna talk to you. So your plate lights don't work at all. Okay?
My plate lights don't work at all. But I'm turning lights on, man. It's not even my car.
You about to go in handcuffs. You don't start listening, you about to go in handcuffs. You understand me?
It's not my people that French that go to the kitchen. I'm a city don't have a handcuff. I don't know. That's a big lie. I'm an encore. That's a lie. You need to learn to get now. I'm a bitch. You don't have a reason to go to no bar.
The officers claim that the car smelled of, and as of now, marijuana is illegal in North Carolina. Therefore, they had a reasonable suspicion to search his car.
Yes, you are. I get job I
don't have to. I got odor marijuana.
Well, the car smells like weed. No, I'm not, buddy. Both, buddy.
Matt continued to voice his complaints, feeling that his rights were being violated. Both officers were unnecessarily rude, treating him more like a criminal than a concerned citizen.
We don't have to give you a reason, man. We don't have to give you, exactly. We stated a federal, a supervisor, a Supreme Court ruling is what we stated. Well, then you shouldn't have started arguing when we first walked up. Jesus, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, take PC search of vehicle.
Just as Officer Atkinson was conducting the vehicle search, he noticed that the video was still on. That's when he made his first blunder of the night, and he just set it down to ensure there was no footage whatsoever. Atkinson spent over 7 minutes searching the vehicle, but things took a shocking turn once the search was over. In a blatant overreach, he deleted the footage from Matt's phone. What Atkinson didn't realize, though, was that the video had been saved to the phone's trash folder, allowing Matt to recover it easily. Soon, the traffic stop ended and Matt was given 5 citations. However, he eventually filed a complaint against Officer Atkinson and even gave his phone to the department to verify that his claim was correct. Later, justice was served as the chief of police fired Officer Atkinson from the department. Now, just when you think these cops can't get any worse, another tyrant is there to prove you wrong.
Two. What am I doing?
3. Put your hands behind your back.
In October 2024, a man was having drinks at a bar when an argument erupted between him and a truck driver. The situation quickly escalated, leading someone to call the police. When officers arrived, the confrontation between the man and the police intensified rapidly.
They're intimidating me. This whole situation. Look at how many of them. I want an incident report right now.
I'm not gonna ask you for what.
They're intimidating me. I have videos of this individual telling me. I have videos of this individual telling me that he was going to assault me. I want to make an incident report right now. These individuals.
All right, you stay over there.
I'm telling.
I know, but just stop moving so much. You know, like just.
I can move.
You know, you really can't because your hands are going everywhere. So just.
All right. So these 2 individuals right here.
All right, stop pointing people.
What do you mean? So I can't do anything?
Yeah,
your hands are.
Are you the supervisor?
No.
Who's the supervisor? Who's the supervisor? Who's the supervisor? Who's the captain? Call the captain. Call the captain.
We don't call captain for this.
Call the sergeant.
Stay over here, okay?
Call the sergeant. Call the sergeant. I'm gonna move wherever I want. Call the sergeant.
Shortly after, the sergeant was called, and that is when things started to escalate, eventually turning out horribly for the poor guy.
I don't need to do anything.
I'm telling you to watch your hands.
Am I arrested?
The second that you touch me, yeah, you are.
Have I touched you?
Okay, I'm making sure that you watch your hands.
Have I touched you?
Because you're a little drunk.
Have I touched you?
You hear me?
Have I touched you?
Did you hear what I said?
Have I touched you?
Did you hear what I said?
Have I touched you? Yes, sir. Have I
Okay.
touched you?
So what do you think the
Have I
incident
touched
was?
you?
What do you think? It's okay. What incident do you...
Captain, I want to do a file. I want to file a report. I want to file a report on her.
Right now.
No. I want business cards. I want.
3 seconds to leave. Okay.
She just put her hands on me.
Because you're invading our space.
No. I have it all on video. She just put her hands on me.
All right. 2.
What am I doing?
3. Put your hands behind your back right now. Cuff them up.
He was swiftly arrested and charged with disorderly conduct only for filming the cop. After seeing this injustice, First Amendment auditor Sean Paul Reyes decided to head into the New York Police Department and file a complaint against the officer.
What'd you say? Wasn't that rule rescinded?
Only for a Mr. Reyes. May I see your ID, please?
What's your name and badge number first, sir?
Sergeant Carroll.
Sergeant Carroll.
Yep. All right.
Sure. So I was contacted by a resident of New York. He showed me a video where his rights were violated, and he was filming the police here. And this precinct responded to an incident. He was filming the police. They didn't like that, so they ended up arresting him for disorderly conduct. His name is Lazaro Perez. It happened on October 3rd.
Okay. Would you like to complain with CCRB or?
Yeah, I would like you to take the complaint, if that's all right. I would like you to take the complaint. Just because he can't come in here and record his complaint process himself, so I wanted to access.
Shockingly, only Sean, with federal authorization, is allowed to film inside the precinct. It's great to see him using this privilege for the benefit of others.
It wasn't me, no. I'm filing it on his behalf as a citizen. He's going to file his own, but I wanted to document his own complaint. I wanted to document the complaint filing process because he can't.
It says completed in your own handwriting.
Right. No, I don't want to fill it out. I would like you to fill it out for me. Because Because what if I couldn't read or write?
If you couldn't read or write?
Right. Just want to make sure you guys are following procedures.
I don't know. Let me call CCRB and find out.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Do you think following procedures is funny, officer? You do? Can I get your name and badge number? Isn't that procedure too? So you're not going to give it?
The officer returned shortly and Sean questioned him about the illegal arrest made by his fellow officers.
They said this issue known to the department. We filled out paperwork before, so we know that you can fill out paperwork.
But if I wasn't able to fill out paperwork, just so we're
So
clear.
look at the language line and do some other procedures.
But there is procedures for people who are illiterate.
Yep.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to make sure. So you're the desk sergeant.
Yes.
So as a desk sergeant for this precinct here, is it okay is that part of your policies and procedures to arrest people for filming the police?
Inside the precinct?
No, just in general, filming law enforcement activity. So if you saw a video that shows an officer arresting somebody for simply filming them, that could be concerning to you?
Well, I have to see, what they're reading because I wasn't there.
Right. You saw a video where a law enforcement officer from your precinct was arresting a member of the public just for filming and charging them with disorderly conduct. That would be concerning to you?
Right.
Okay. So I will get you the video. Don't worry. I'll get it to you. I'm going to be publishing a story. I just wanted to come here and check it out. As you know, I have a federal court order that allows me to record inside of all of New York City precincts. So I wanted to just exercise that right to investigate what happened to this poor gentleman.
Shortly after, Sean decided to leave the building, asserting that he would be filing the complaint against Officer Medina, who had made the arrest.
Maybe something new? How long ago was it?
Oh, it happened on October 3rd.
So pretty new.
Yeah. Officer Medina. Okay. All right. Well, I'll definitely fill out this complaint form, and I'll see if I can talk to CCRB. Did the CCRB have a headquarters or an office?
Yep.
If I can get that address for you, from you.
The address, phone number.
Perfect.
Email.
Perfect. Thank you, Sergeant. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time today talking to me, and I appreciate you clearing it up. I know at first we were, no recording, automatically go to no recording. So thank you for being knowledgeable of, a court order that's in effect. Thank you.
But if you thought that was shocking, wait until you see this cop escalating a simple interrogation into a power-hungry meltdown, only to face instant backlash.
Sheriff's office, the one you called.
Nobody is out here, and I need to go here. Please don't hurt me.
Oh, we hurt you. You called us.
Okay, please.
So what'd you hear?
Somebody outside my house, y'all. Please,
Is this your car over here?
please, God, please, God, please.
Is this your car over here? Oh.
Sonia took some time to answer the door, during which the officers searched the property and found no threat. At this point, the cops should have left, but things were about to take a dark turn.
Is that your black car in the driveway? Oh, well, we checked your yard, we walked around the whole block, we didn't see anybody. Right, we don't, we checked the whole area, there's nobody out walking around.
I know, y'all. Please, God. I'm trying to get help, y'all, but
What do you need help with?
nothing. Please, God, please. I don't know what to do.
Do with what?
Huh?
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if y'all could help me.
What do you want help with?
Huh?
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house, we checked your backyard, I walked all the way through all these backyards, we checked your front yard.
We didn't see nobody.
So nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope.
Deputy Grayson should have just left the house, but suddenly the deputies realized about the parked car in her driveway.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to get...
I gotcha. Alright. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure?
My medicine and stuff.
All right. Okay.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. That's not your black car, though. The SUV? Whose is it? You don't know? Is someone just parked it in your driveway?
They brought it to my driveway.
Several.
While one deputy checked the license plate of the vehicle parked outside, Deputy Grayson entered Sonia's home. What happened next was shocking. Stay tuned to witness the height of police corruption.
Yeah, I got the sheriff department here, but I was calling for help from y'all.
Okay. Are you there with me?
They're here in my house right now.
Okay, I'll let you go so you talk to them.
No, hold on. Wait a second, sir.
You can hang up, Cardinal. It's good.
For one, you're there with the deputy, correct?
No, hold on, okay?
What's up?
I got some paperwork. Can you grab that Bible, please?
Yeah. Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah, there was.
Okay, what was the damage?
A dent, I believe.
What about windows?
Oh, it was something that happened earlier.
Okay, perfect. What is your last name?
The deputies were adamant on getting some sort of ID, which really wasn't required at that time. Then, their attention turned to a boiling pot of water, an unexpected detail that would soon escalate the situation.
Massey. Massey.
Yeah. You have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need just driver's license will do, and then I'll get out of your hair.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
You have that stack right there, maybe?
1 second.
Just check on her.
Let me get this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Let me see.
Massey went over to take the pot off of the stove, but little did the poor lady know these would be the last steps that she took.
Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better not. That's where you got. I'll you straight your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the pot. Drop the pot. Drop. Drop the pot.
19 shots fired.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Drop the pot. Bring EMS now. We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078.
I was on.
Deputy Grayson then shot 3 times, murdering her on the spot. Intimidated by the boiling pot of water, the evil officer made this tragic and unjustifiable decision.
Now, headshot, dude. You're done. You can go get it, but that's done. God damn it.
God, fuck.
Dude, I'm not taking boiling water. Hey, look, it came right to our feet, too. God damn it.
God damn it.
You good?
I'm good. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. What's you got? Let her fuck. God. Is that what you do, man?
Fuck.
Even the other deputy couldn't believe what had happened, and to worsen everything, Grayson had the guts to defend his action.
You good? Alright. Well, I mean, you know, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to the face, and it already reached us.
They got a 52 en route?
Yeah, 1078.
Following this incident, Deputy Grayson was immediately fired from the sheriff's office and was also charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct. Protests erupted across the country demanding the maximum sentence for this barbaric act. This case is set to go to trial soon, and we hope that this corrupt officer receives a life sentence for his action. While nothing would top the atrocity that this cop committed, this next officer made a huge mistake.
I'm asking you, why am I putting my hands behind my back? I'm going while I'm being arrested. Oh my God! I'm so sick, my God, please, in the name of Jesus, please, God.
On August 8, 2022, Angel, Geis, and her male friend were spending time at a park in northeast Atlanta after it had closed. An officer approached the pair and began demanding their IDs.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Hello.
All right. Well, I see the Ohio tag. I'm not sure if y'all from here or not, but you can't be inside the park in the city of Atlanta between the hours 11 p.m. 6 a.m.
Okay.
You got your IDs on you? You have your IDs on you?
Yes.
Let me need them. All right, just stand by. I'll be right back with you.
Shortly after getting their IDs, the officer told them that they'd be getting a ticket for being in the park past closing time. However, things were about to escalate.
All right, sir, like I explained to you, you can't be in the park at night. Everyone's just going to receive a simple ticket stating that you was in the park after hours. Alright, I need you to sign right on the X.
What am I signing over? Is it a charge or anything, or you
It's just a ticket.
And I have to sign it?
You can not sign it and go to jail. It's this one here. This one here. This here. Copy of citation. Do you have any questions? That's what it is.
The male suspect reluctantly signed the ticket under the threat of arrest. However, tensions arose when the officer called Angel over, setting the stage for a heated confrontation.
Come over here for me, ma'am. Can you come here, ma'am? Alright, so you're gonna receive a ticket for being in the park after hours. Alright? Just need to sign right here on the X.
But because we're out of, didn't you say we were out of time so we wouldn't have known that?
Yeah, but that's not a valid reason why. You should be in the park because you're from out of town.
And what's your badge number?
7452.
What's your name?
Officer Brooks.
What's your first name?
I'm not gonna give you my first name.
Okay, and I don't have to sign this, right?
You do have to sign it.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, like I explained to him, if you don't sign it, then you're gonna be physically taken to jail.
Gotcha.
So you refusing to sign?
What's your name?
Officer Brooks, 7452.
The officer, appearing dismissive, refused to provide his name. Things quickly escalated when Angel refused to sign the ticket.
What's the badge number?
I gave it to you 2 times, man.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Okay.
So you're gonna sign it?
No, because I want your badge number.
That's fine. Want to put your hands behind your back for me? Hey, listen, my man. She said she's not signing it. Put your hands behind your back.
Sir,
Ma'am?
you're hurting me.
Okay. I'm asking you to put your hands behind your back.
Sir?
Put your hands behind your back. Stop me, man.
Sir.
Ma'am, put your hand behind your back.
Come
on. I need you to back up.
I'm just saying, like,
I need you to back up.
You don't need to touch her like that.
She's not putting her hands behind her back.
I'm asking a question. All I'm doing is
put your
asking
hands behind your back. Put your hands behind
Mr.
you.
Brooks.
You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
Sir.
Now, Angel had done nothing wrong, yet Officer Brooks arrested her within seconds of her refusing to sign the ticket. This is clearly an abuse of power, and things were now taking a turn for the worse.
Forcibly put your hands behind your back.
But, sir, Mr. Brooks, is this really necessary? Mr. Brooks.
Hold on.
Hey, listen, my man.
She needs to put her. Let her
Can I?
put her phone.
Okay, you can put your phone down.
Okay, Mr.
Brooks. Come on, sir. Hold on.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not saying that I'm refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have an option now.
Because but I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
No, I'm not here to play games with you.
I know, but I'm going to sign.
Put your hands behind your back.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to sign
Put your hands behind your back.
Sir, you don't have to.
Resist.
You do not have
I'm
to.
asking you, why am I putting my hands behind my back?
The power-hungry cop was now using force and physically assaulting Angel, who was desperately pleading to make things better. It is shocking how a routine police interaction can spiral into such chaos in mere seconds.
I'm going to sign the ticket,
Sign
Mr.
the
Brooks.
ticket. That's all it is.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
I'm going to sign the ticket now. Mr. Brooks, I'm going
You
to
don't
sign
have
the
that
ticket.
option now.
Why don't I have the option, Mr.
I
Brooks?
gave you 2 options.
She was just asking for your badge number
I'm
at
asking
first.
for your badge number, and I wasn't clear on why you weren't giving me your badge number.
Sir, you do not have to hold her like that.
Oh my God!
You do not have to grab her like
Mr.
that.
Brooks, I'm telling you that I'm going.
Sir.
I'm going to sign.
Sir,
the
you
ticket.
do not have to grab her like that.
I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. Why am I being arrested? Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested? Oh my God! I'm so sick. My God, please, in the name of Jesus, please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested, Mr. Brooks? I'm going to sign the ticket.
The poor guy helplessly watched on and recorded the brutality of Officer Brooks, who took down an unarmed woman. Things didn't stop there.
I don't understand why I'm being arrested. Can you please tell me why I'm being arrested?
Turn around and put your hands behind
Can you
your
tell
back.
me why I'm being arrested? I have the right. I have the right to know. Oh my God!
Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
What are you taking her for?
I didn't take it.
Why are you pulling it out?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Come on, sir. This is unnecessary. What are you doing? This is over this whole park.
I don't understand why I'm being arrested. That's why I'm not putting my hands behind my back. You have not given me a reason. So why am I getting? I'm not. You didn't have to tell me my rights. You told me why I'm being arrested. That's exactly why I got putting my hands on my back. God,
So you have not read our Miranda rights and none. I'm not backing up with you.
Oh my God! I don't understand why I'm not being arrested. I don't understand.
The woman cried hysterically, pleading with the officer for relief or even an explanation, but it was clear the officer had no compassion, continuing with the arrest without hesitation.
You're steady doing this to me. I don't understand. Can you please just tell me why I'm being arrested? That's all I'm asking.
I just told you.
Why?
You refused to sign the ticket.
I did not. I told you I was going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I told you I was going to sign the ticket. Can I please sign the ticket?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Why you? I don't understand.
Put your hands behind your back.
You're handling me.
Put your hands behind your back.
You're not even handling it like that, sir.
Please, God, please.
This situation is gone out of hand.
Put your hands behind your back.
You're hurting me. You are hurting me.
Okay, put your hands behind your back.
I told you I'm not putting my hands. You have not told me or read me my rights. You have not done any of that. You're not telling me why I'm going to jail.
Sir, this is unnecessary.
Moments later, another officer arrived on the scene to help Brooks handcuff the innocent woman.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm talking to you. You are, Mr. Brooks, you are hurting my arm.
Come on, man.
Oh my God. Is this real? Please, God, in the name of Jesus. Please, God. I'm not being arrested. Oh my God.
Code 4623.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
That was unnecessary.
Oh my God!
Where y'all taking her?
Oh my God!
What do you mean back up? This is my friend. Y'all don't know her. Back, how hot is it? She's hurting right now. She's crying. What do you mean take care of her? We was just here for a party. Now she's out under arrest.
Oh my God!
This is exactly why these officers face so much criticism. Even if they were enforcing a city ordinance, it is heartbreaking to witness the abuse and physical force they used during this encounter.
You got any weapons on you? Any knives, anything like that?
No.
You sure? Alright.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Can I have my phone?
I'm telling you what I'm telling you. I'm not saying what every other thing is. I'm just telling you what you asked me.
My ass was moving.
Mine too.
No sense. All you gotta do is sign a ticket.
There was really no point of the arrest, and the matter could have been easily de-escalated. Angel still didn't know the reason for her arrest, and now she was on her way to the police station.
When you don't put your hands behind... She said she was going to sign the papers when you were trying to grab her hand. Okay. That's all you wanted was her to sign the paper. You asked me the same thing. You asked her the same thing. She wanted to have a conversation.
You're right.
Please, can we go to the hospital?
We're en route to the hospital now.
How long will it take? Mr. Brooks, how long will it take?
I'm not sure. We're en route right now.
I can't hear you.
We're en route to the hospital.
How long will it take to get to the hospital?
Angel was taken to the police station where she spent the night before getting released. She has since hired an attorney and plans to file a civil rights lawsuit against the officer and the city. Now, while this cop was surely corrupt, this next one made an even bigger blunder.
Hands behind your back. Hey, put your hands behind your back.
Look, all right.
All right. That was crazy.
On September 7th, 2024, officers from the Auburn Police Department responded to a 911 complaint about several juveniles trespassing private property in a neighborhood. As the cops arrived, they quickly detained one of them and arrested them.
Get off now.
They were chasing me.
Get off. What are you doing?
They were chasing me.
What's your name?
They were chasing me.
Because you're trying to break into cars and shit.
No, we weren't.
You were in your neighbor's yard,
No,
trespassing
we weren't.
in their backyard. She's got you on camera, dude.
Oh yeah, we did it that one time. They told us to stop and we stopped.
You've been caught in through yards. What the fuck are you doing? We didn't break in no cars.
Okay, well, you've been cutting through yards all through the city. This is the second or third time.
You tell me what to get from around here, and you come back 20 minutes later. What are you talking about? You stopped this
The entire neighborhood was clearly fed up with the teenagers, and the officers were doing the right thing by intervening. However, things were about to take a turn for the worse in the next few minutes.
It's not a trick question. Where's your mom?
It's not going to prevent her from getting arrested. I've already made up my mind. Where is your mother? What, you're cool enough to run around all the city, but you can't answer a simple question?
I don't even run around all the city.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
Because last time you were cutting 3 yards, it was on North Division Street with your friends.
Yeah, because they live all the way down here.
So what are you doing cutting 3 yards there, too?
Because I'm with them. We're walking places. What do you mean?
Use the sidewalk. That's what they're for. So who are the other two?
The other two?
Yeah.
My friends.
What's their names? If they're your friends, you know their names.
Just as the officer was dealing with them, one of the victims, who the teenager had clearly harassed, came onto the scene and tried to take matters into his own hands. That is when the cops took charge and did something truly unexpected.
Just right here.
I thought if I ever catch you by my crib, I'm gonna smoke you. I promise you.
All right, go.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
All right. That was crazy. That was
Back up. All right, guys, back up.
Are you serious? That's a little bit too much.
He was given instructions, put his hands behind his back. He's
You have
already
to slam him like that, bro. You picked him 6'5" feet in the air. Like what?
We have to do that, bro.
He's 80 pounds, bro.
Man's Auburn. Can you send medical to our location? More in custody.
Bro, people be breaking into houses and shit. Like,
The man, later identified as Dedrick Parks, was lifted into the air and thrown down, striking the concrete pavement face first, causing him to lose consciousness. He regained consciousness after almost a minute as the officers called for medical assistance.
Yeah, that's wild. Come on. Excessive force of
Yeah. See what all this shit caused?
He shouldn't be putting hands on us, though.
He did.
He did.
He did.
We put hands on him.
He put hands on him first. I understand the
No,
aggression.
we wanted him to back up, and then he's pushing our
Slam
hands.
him on his
All right.
face to the concrete, knock him out.
Right.
He's out fucking cold, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You don't think that's excessive at all?
Alright, next feet. A little bit from my way.
What's that?
My wrist.
What do you need?
What's my wrist, man? My wrist.
It's in handcuffs right here.
Just let him in.
Here, sit up for us.
That's fucked up.
He knocked him clean the fuck out. The guy glass in his eye. I understand you had to de-escalate.
Okay, I understand that.
Him 2 times.
I understand you got
Yeah, 2 times too many. Do you understand that?
Okay, but he's putting hands on us at that point. So
He stopped handling and said, let
Bring
go
this.
of me.
and then he pushed him. All right. All right. You need to step away. All right. All right.
We're done. We're done here. You can go to where you gotta go
These
to.
guys breaking into our cars.
And we were handling it. Okay. And he came up on us. All right.
You slammed and knocked him.
Okay, can you stand up? No.
Parks was startled as he still didn't understand what had happened to him. Shortly after, the officers searched him and proceeded to escort him to the police station.
Cars. Y'all are really in for a suit. Y'all are in for a suit. You're a good guy.
Just have a seat. Have a seat.
His real problem is not against me. I just wanted to let that be cleared. I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about him. His real problem is not with me.
Okay, have a seat.
I'm sorry.
No, he wasn't.
Do we kneel?
No, it's Aiden.
Yeah.
Sit in the car for us. All right.
Just have a seat. We'll leave it cracked for you. Here, you want him to stand here for a second?
Next, we see a cop in the courtroom facing the consequences of his actions as the judge delivers a harsh verdict.
Despite your efforts at the time to appear emotional and sad and distraught, it's clear to me that you're a remorseless killer.
So the dog decided to send him to secondary.
Correct.
How does the dog determine immigration status?
Police Police officers often make questionable decisions in the field, forgetting that the law is the same for everyone and that they can be held accountable in court too. Today we'll be going through these cases where corrupt cops were instantly attacked in courtrooms, starting with this Border Patrol agent who thought he could get away with anything he did on the job, until one guy got tired of his behavior and filed a case against him. Watch how the attorney takes him to the cleaners but slowly builds up his case.
When you're at the Border Patrol checkpoint, your duties are to enforce immigration laws and look for terrorists and look for weapons of mass destruction and assist in detecting narcotics. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you do this, of course, you're following a procedure manual that tells you what to do?
Following policy, sir.
Written policy?
Yes, sir.
You have a copy of that written policy?
No, I do not, sir.
Have you ever seen a copy of that written policy?
That states our authority to conduct immigration checks, or for the checkpoint itself, sir?
For that checkpoint?
No, I have not, sir.
Are you aware of any written guidelines or policies or procedures on how to run that checkpoint?
I am aware that they're out there, sir.
You're aware that they're out there?
The agent had illegally detained a U.S. citizen at the border checkpoint without any legal cause. The attorney didn't take long to ask him crucial questions about his job, and the officer started to have serious trouble with the question.
Let me get this straight. You're testifying right now that you are aware that there are written guidelines and procedures for this checkpoint?
Can you state that question again, sir?
Is it your testimony here and now that there are written guidelines and procedures for this checkpoint?
To my knowledge, yes, sir.
Have you seen them?
No, I have not, sir.
But to your knowledge, they exist?
Yes, sir.
The officer's story fell apart when the attorney exposed his hypocrisy in front of the entire courtroom. He was about to play a call recording where, shockingly, the officer made a completely different claim.
Do you recall on June 1st of this year giving a telephonic statement to Mr. Victor?
I do not recall the exact date, but yes, I do recall a telephonic interview, sir.
Do you recall you were in a room with Mr. Katz?
Yes, sir.
I believe there was another attorney in the room who was a representative of the Border Patrol Union?
Yes, sir.
And you were on the telephone to Mr. Victor?
Yes, sir.
And you're aware that that tape recording was being recorded?
Yes, sir.
And were you trying to tell the truth at that time?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember being asked during that statement if you were aware of any written guidelines, policies, and procedures for this checkpoint?
Do I remember that specific question, sir?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Do you remember saying that you were not aware of any written guidelines, policies, or procedures?
No, sir.
Would it help to refresh your memory if you heard a tape playing of your voice?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, if I may.
If you want to use that one, it's fine.
This starts right at the beginning of that.
This thing needs to.
However, just as the attorney was about to play the recording that would have exposed the officer, the state's attorney started questioning whether it should be allowed.
This is your voice, and if you remember being asked this question and given this answer.
And Your Honor, the state's going to object at this point. Was this noticed as part of your trial exhibit and disclosure?
Actually, Judge, this doesn't need to be noticed because it's impeachment, which is exactly how we're using it right now.
Your Honor, the same standard would apply to both parties. The state would expect that everything that be given in notice to both parties.
Judge, the law's well settled in Arizona. If the defense had to give impeachment to the state of the state's witnesses before the state's witnesses testified, it wouldn't be much of impeachment, would it? We're simply disclosing the audio tape of the interview that the state's witness, where the state's counsel was present throughout the entire interview.
Your Honor,
I have no understanding what possibly could be the objection to this.
Your Honor, may I have a moment? Your Honor, Mr. Mr. Victor's quite correct. Under Rule 613B, the state withdraws its objection.
Once again, the state's attorney's objection was withdrawn quickly, asserting that the defense was within its rights to play the audio.
How the operation of that particular checkpoint is to be conducted?
No, to my knowledge, no. Is there a citizenship there? If somebody traveling through there, say, some sort of checkpoint, they're U.S. citizens, they're free to go. If they're not U.S. citizens, they say they are not.
Agent Gomez, did you recognize that as your voice?
Yes, sir.
Were you asked the question if there were any policies, procedures, or written policies, procedures, or guidelines for that checkpoint?
Yes, sir.
Was your answer that you were not aware of any?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
The Border Patrol agent was caught lying in court, and his expression said it all. He knew he was in big trouble, and this was just the start, as the attorney was ready to dig even deeper.
Have your testimony correct that when people pull up and you ask them if you're a U.S. citizen and whether they answer yes or no, then they're on their way?
Yes, sir.
So if someone pulls up and you say, are you a U.S. citizen, and they say no, they're on their way?
No, sir.
Well, which is it? You just said if they say yes or no, they're on their way. But then I asked the question a different way. If they said no and you said they're not on their way, which one is it?
Usually if somebody says no, they already have their immigration documents with them. They present that to me, and they're on their way.
You've got to admire how the attorney crafted his questions, making it tough for the corrupt Border Patrol agent. The clueless officer couldn't even stick to his story and was instantly outmatched.
I originally asked if you are unable to determine citizenship at the primary checkpoint, that you usually try to get them to secondary.
Yes, sir.
I did not say always try to get them to secondary. Do you understand my question?
Yes, sir.
Usually means sometimes not, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
So is it fair to say that sometimes, if you are unable to determine citizenship at the primary checkpoint, that you let them go anyway?
No, sir.
I don't understand again. If someone comes up and you cannot determine citizenship, you say you usually try to get them to secondary. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Usually means not always. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Like, I usually wear a suit to court, but not always. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So there are some times that people come up and you are unable to determine citizenship, but you just let them go on their way. Is that correct?
No, sir.
Then what do you do with them?
I try to establish the citizenship there.
And suppose you can't?
And they go to secondary, sir.
So if you are unable to determine citizenship, they always go to secondary?
Yes, sir.
Not usually, but always now?
Yes, sir.
By now, the officer had been proven wrong twice in court. Finally, the attorney shifted focus to his client, and that is when he completely tore the officer apart, exposing his true nature for everyone to see.
Mr. Anderson was sent to secondary inspection because of the dog alert. Is that correct?
It was a combination of both immigration and the canine alert, sir.
Okay. So you're saying part of the reason he was sent to secondary was immigration, not
Yes.
the dog alert?
Yes, sir.
But wasn't the decision made to send him to secondary, wasn't that decision made before he ever got to you?
Yes, sir.
And the decision was made, or you got the signal from Agent Spoonamore,
Correct.
before any immigration question was asked?
Correct.
And Agent Spoonamore gave you that signal because his dog alerted?
Correct.
So the dog decided to send him to secondary?
Correct.
How does the dog determine immigration status?
The canine does not determine citizenship, sir.
So he wasn't sent to secondary for immigration. He was sent to secondary because the dog alerted.
Mr. Anderson never answered my immigration question.
But the decision that he was going to secondary had already been made, correct?
Correct.
He could have pulled up to that primary checkpoint with a passport in his hand. And he was still going to secondary. Is that correct?
Correct.
The attorney brilliantly exposed the Border Patrol agent and his deep-seated disdain for citizens. Shortly after, he made another powerful point, leaving the agent utterly speechless.
Is there any better documentation of U.S. citizenship than a U.S. passport?
No, sir.
So it didn't matter what he said, he was going to secondary.
Yes, sir.
Because the dog said so.
Because the canine alerted to his vehicle, sir.
Is a canine trained to alert to people here illegally?
No, sir.
So the dog wasn't alerting for immigration.
In the end, the lawyer proved the stop was illegal and the Border Patrol agent could do nothing but accept his mistake and pay a hefty fine. This officer was owned pretty badly, but this next cop was given the ultimate sentence for the hideous crime he committed.
The court commits you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 270 months.
Derek Chauvin was caught and charged for the tragic death of George Floyd on May 25, 2020, an event that sparked worldwide protest and the famous BLM movement. Deserved a thorough and detailed court process, which, well, went through until the judge reached his sentence.
I wanted to thank everybody for being here and for providing the input you did. Not just the people who were in the courtroom here, but also those who provided written statements, both from the Floyd family and the defendant's family. I've read all the impact statements that were submitted earlier and listened carefully to all the input here today, and it is truly appreciated that you took the time to stay with this case and to provide me with input. I have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation and carefully considered all the facts of the case and the law. But my comments are actually going to be very brief. Most of it's going to be in writing. I have a 22-page memorandum that is going to be attached to the sentencing order. And why am I doing it in writing? To emphasize the fact that determining the appropriate sentence in any case, and in this case, is a legal analysis. It's applying the rule of law to the facts of an individual and specific case. And that is why, as opposed to trying to being profound here on the record, I prefer that you read the legal analysis that explains how I determined the sentence in this case.
Despite the immense pressure mounted on the jury, the judge made sure to tell everyone that the sentence was not based on emotions and law was followed throughout the proceeding.
What the case is, or what the sentence is not based on, is emotion or sympathy. But at the same time, I want to acknowledge the deep and tremendous pain that all the families are feeling, especially the Floyd family. You have our sympathies. And I acknowledge and hear the pain that you are feeling. I acknowledge the pain not only of those in this courtroom, but the Floyd family who are outside this courtroom and other members of the community. It has been painful throughout Hennepin County, throughout the state of Minnesota, and even the country. But most importantly, we need to recognize the pain of the Floyd family. I'm not going to attempt to be profound or clever, because it's not the appropriate time. I'm not basing my sentence also on public opinion. I'm not basing it on any attempt to send any messages. A trial court judge, the job of a trial court judge is to apply the law to specific facts and to deal with individual cases.
Finally, after giving a short speech, the judge announced the sentence for the former Minneapolis police officer.
Mr. Chauvin, as to count one, based on the verdict of the jury finding you guilty of unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony under Minnesota Statute 609.19 subdivision 2 paren 1, it is the judgment of the court that you now stand convicted of that offense. Pursuant to Minnesota Statute section 609.04, counts 2 and 3 will remain unadjudicated as they are lesser offenses of count 1. As sentence for count 1, the court commits you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 270 months. That's 270. That is 10-year addition to the presumptive sentence of 150 months. This is based on your abuse of a position of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown to George Floyd. You are granted credit for 199 days already served. Pay the mandatory surcharge of $78 to be paid from prison wages. You're prohibited from possessing firearms, ammunition, or explosives for the remainder of your life. Provide a DNA sample as required by law. Register as a predatory offender as required by law. And then you will receive a copy of the order and also the attached memorandum explaining the court's analysis.
If this needs to be said, we just ask that it be executed forthwith.
Defendant is remanded to the custody of the sheriff to be transported back to the DOC or whichever custody is currently holding him. Anything for the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. We are adjourned.
Chauvin was sentenced to 22.5 years in prison and was later sent to the Oaks Park Heights prison. However, this isn't the last time a cop was sentenced in court, as this time the judge decided to unload on the officer.
Despite your efforts at the time to appear emotional and sad and distraught, it's clear to me that you're a remorseless killer.
Former Idaho police officer Daniel Howard was arrested in 2023 for connections to the murder of his wife that occurred in 2021. The officer pled not guilty, and as the case proceeded to trial, it did not take long for the jury to reach a verdict.
Is the defendant Daniel C. Howard guilty or not guilty of domestic battery? Guilty. Count 2. Is the defendant Daniel C. Howard guilty or not guilty of murder in the first degree? Not guilty. Is the defendant Daniel Howard guilty or not guilty of second-degree murder? Guilty.
Counsel, I'm proposing a sentencing date of May 23rd at 1:30 p.m. That's available. I will order a PSI or a pre-sentence investigation. Mr. Howard, I'll have you talk with your attorney about that. You have the right to participate or not participate in that. You continue to have the right to remain silent. All right, Mr. Howard is remanded into custody. I'll see everyone back May 23rd at 1:30 for sentencing. We will be in recess.
Howard was found guilty of domestic battery and second-degree murder. As if the case wasn't brutal enough, the judge was deeply disturbed by the cop's complete lack of remorse over 2 years, as he continued to insist on his innocence throughout the trial.
I struggle with guilt, and I struggle with not knowing. I wish I could have convinced her to stay with me instead of going home that night. The fear on her face and in her voice when she told me about how she woke up with him standing over her will never leave me. Nothing will fill the hole he has created. Nothing can fix or undo what he has done. But her name can be free. The thought that he can no longer have control over her name, her memory, and her spirit gives me a sense of peace.
I'm not that monster, I assure you. That people are portraying me to be.
Despite Howard's claims that he was not involved in the murder, the judge decided against it and announced his sentence. However, before doing that, he had some important words for the dangerous creep.
But what we know, beyond a reasonable doubt, is that you strangled your wife, you murdered her, and then you staged her naked body in the bathtub, shot her through the mouth, and tried to pass this off as a suicide. That's proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And, you know, often in horrible crimes like this, everybody wants to know why. And often we don't know why. And I can't get inside your brain, but the pretty clear evidence, I agree with the state, is that this was due to, you know, jealousy, greed, pride, anger, revenge, some combination of that. And because of that, you killed your wife. And you killed in a brutal manner.
Howard not only committed the murder, but staged it to look like a side. It is chilling how someone could be so cruel and completely out of line. Hard to believe this guy was ever a police officer.
You didn't just, when you Kendi, you didn't just kill your wife. You killed a mother, you killed a grandmother, you killed a sister, you killed a daughter, you killed a coworker, you killed somebody who brought a lot of life and light to those around her and those she touched. And you snuffed that out because of your own pride, greed, and anger. Despite your efforts at the time to appear emotional and sad and distraught, it's clear to me that you're a remorseless killer. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that lightly at all because we don't like to think that anybody would be like that. The remorse, the lack of remorse, the lack of caring, and just the callous disregard that you had for Kendi and how her death affected those around her. And that you had these same thoughts. You were talking about allowing people to live through your own self-control and restraint, understanding why people would kill their, quote, old ladies and go to prison. And so you're 58 years old. I don't see a lot of rehabilitation, sadly, in your future. Maybe, I mean, perhaps, but that's not a significant mitigating factor in sentencing you.
Howard appeared calm throughout the trial and even during the sentencing as he listened to the judge's plea with a straight face, as if he didn't care what was about to happen to him.
The public needs to know that there is a severe punishment for murder your wife, and there's no sort of mitigation because the marriage is on the rocks or the wife was unfaithful or things like that. There's absolutely no justification here for your wife, and I think it's important that the sentence sends that message as well. But what I know beyond a reasonable doubt is that you asphyxiated your wife, you murdered her, you staged her body to be found as if it were suicide. It's an outrageously egregious murder. And of course, all murder is, but this is particularly heinous in my view, having sat through the trial and seen all the evidence.
As you can see, the judge had no sympathy for the former cop, and his feelings were reflected in the sentence that he had passed down.
The gravity of the offense standing alone is sufficient to justify a fixed life sentence, and that is what I'm going to impose here. I think Kendi's family deserves to have that closure. The crime is so egregious that I don't think you should be released at any point in the future. And I don't impose that lightly. I have thought long and hard about this, considered all the evidence, considered aggravation and mitigation. There's just so little mitigation here. There's just really none. And so I do find that a fixed life sentence is appropriate for the count of murder in the second degree. On the domestic violence charge, I'll impose 10-year sentence and run it concurrent. I didn't even speak about that. I mean, really, I'm not, I don't mean to give that charge short shrift. The jury found that you were violent and abusive to your wife as well.
And then this officer's long history of corruption was exposed, with the consequences being nothing short of career-ending.
That's entrapment, my man. How? You're in the bushes.
Leave, please.
Is that a lawful order?
Yes, that is a lawful order. You want to play games?
This ain't a game.
Walking on public property, an individual stumbled upon a hidden police vehicle. When he questioned the officer's intentions, the tensions quickly escalated, exposing a darker side of law enforcement. But this was just the beginning of the secrets buried in plain sight.
That's entrapment, my man. How? You're in the bushes.
The officer hiding in an unsettling tactic that blurs the line between protection and intimidation. And what he does next is even more baffling and will make you question whether the goal is safety or something far more controlling.
Is there a reason why you're sitting here entrapping people?
This was a direct question aimed at uncovering the truth behind the officer's action. It wasn't just curiosity, it was a challenge, one that would soon expose more than anyone anticipated.
That's entrapment, bro. You gotta have your lights on, you gotta be out so we can see you.
You understand you cannot walk here?
I can be over there and I can be here.
This is access to the highway.
This is public property.
This is an on-ramp.
This is public property, that's public property.
This exchange highlighted a dangerous gray area between law enforcement powers and personal freedom. But as the conversation unfolded, it became clear this wasn't just about rules, it was about control.
Leave, please.
Is that a lawful order?
Yes, that is a lawful order.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
I already spoke to you about that.
Okay, I'm on public property right now.
That is correct, sir.
Correct, yeah, so I'm allowed to be here all day.
Refusing to give an answer, the officer kept beating around the bush. This just shows how entitled he believes himself to be. But what happens next will leave you speechless, questioning everything you thought you knew about authority.
You want to play games?
This ain't a game.
I need your ID for this.
For what?
Jaywalking.
I didn't jaywalk.
You did.
I don't have ID. I don't have it.
The audacity of this officer to threaten and demand identification without explanation spoke volume. It was an alarming abuse of power, realizing just how far some were willing to go to assert control, regardless of the law, and what happened next only escalated the tension even further.
Get some backup. Call the state boys too.
This was a blatant attempt to silence and intimidate, using authority to shut down any question, and what followed was bound to shift everything.
Firefighter, sergeant, just to be sure. But so if I wanted to, which I really don't care to waste my time and taxpayer money, the taxpayer money on your ignorance.
Not my ignorance, right?
You were jaywalking. I could cite you for
No,
that.
you got it on video?
Therefore, I'm assuming you do actually.
Oh, I
I'll
do.
confiscate your phone to get that.
No,
if
you
need be.
won't. You can't
So that's what I
confiscate
would
my
do.
phone.
But my point is, you can't walk down the roadway. It's unsafe. I don't know what you're trying to do, man. As far as YouTube channel, whatever, go ahead. As far as if you're trying to show people where I am.
This officer was the epitome of entitled arrogance, wielding his authority not to protect, but to dominate. And what he did next exposed the true extent of his control.
I don't know if you need an ambulance or anything like that.
This is funny that you guys always come up with mental illness in this town.
Realizing his tactics weren't working, the officer tried to dial back his approach, but the damage was already done.
Yeah, enjoy entrapping people. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. See? Bye. This is what they do every time.
Fortunately, this incident is not an isolated one, as numerous others have suffered similar abuses of authority. Coming up, we have officers who literally misuse their authority in ways you can't even imagine. Prepare for a shocking look at the lengths that some will go to maintain control.
Down here. If I see you again tonight, you're being arrested. So you better hide somewhere. That's not right. But Jared, we're about to play a game of manhunt. I'm going to give you a 20-minute head start, and if I see you again, you're going to jail. One Mississippi. Say ready or not, here we come. Ready or not, here we come.
August 2024, Caitlin heard a commotion outside her window. Looking below to the street, she saw 3 uniformed cops of the Manchester Police in New Hampshire confronting a man in the alley behind her apartment.
Yeah, well, Jared, I might be taking you to jail right now. That's what I hear. Here, give me one reason why I should take you to jail.
These officers made sure to turn off their body cams before they started harassing the poor guy. And this was just the beginning. What they did next would take things to a whole new level, exposing a disturbing abuse of power.
Hold on. How old are you? You don't care about this. You don't care about it.
This behavior wasn't just unprofessional, it was downright sickening. And what they do next will make you question the moral foundation of those sworn to protect and serve.
Because you'd much rather shoot up in a fucking alleyway than be a fucking parent. No, I wouldn't. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Jared, I'm not going to lie to you. You know how many times a day we hear that shit?
won't see me again. Gary, I swear to God.
Garrett, I guarantee I'll bet $100 on my paycheck I'm going to see you tomorrow.
The officer's intimidation was a clear attempt to assert power, and the next step he took would reveal just how far these officers were willing to go to enforce that control.
Pick up that needle trap. I'm going to see you tomorrow.
3 o'clock tomorrow.
See? 3 o'clock.
Go on, I gotta get my bags to my brother's house. Where's your brother?
You are chalk towards.
What is it?
No,
I promise you. All right, what's the address? Let's see. It's 289 across the street.
Yeah.
Bossing the poor guy around like a slave, these officers lacked any sense of basic respect, and this power play was only getting started.
Oh, put it in the trash.
Yeah, so someone else can get the jack while you're discussing shit.
It's not mine. I swear to God, that one was not mine.
This wasn't about finding the truth. It was about breaking the poor homeless man down, piece by piece. And as the interaction continued, the officer's hostility only escalated.
Get out of here.
If I see you again tonight, you're being arrested. So you better hide somewhere.
With each word, the line between enforcing law and harassment grew dangerously thin.
That's not right. But Jared, we're about to play a game of manhunt. I'm going to give you a 20-minute head start, and if I see you again, you're going to jail.
Turning his authority into a twisted game showed how sadistic their minds were. This wasn't law enforcement, it was a cruel display of control. What began as an encounter had now devolved into a disturbing power play.
1 Mississippi. 2, we won't look.
Away from you.
2 Mississippi. We're not going to look. 4, 5 Mississippi. Oh, 6
Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. Derek.
Say ready or not, here we come. Ready or not, here we come.
This countdown was a chilling mockery, taunting him as though his life was a joke. And what these imbeciles did next will make you realize the true extent of their abuse of power.
It's unbelievable. Dude, well, he's like squatting in the alley. We're like, no, we drive by and he goes like this. He goes,
This wasn't law, this was intimidation, manipulation, and abuse of authority by a pair of reckless officers.
You had to watch people take shits outside of your window every day. Imagine. Hey folks, that'd be unbelievable. Sorry, someone was trying to poop on the side of your building.
It happens.
Yeah. We're just trying to get it to stop.
The counting was a little weird.
We were giving him a head start before we finally arrest them.
Yeah, but making it a game was kind of weird.
Amazing how quickly the cops' attitudes changed the second they saw the camera. They knew exactly what they had done was wrong. Hats off to the young woman for calling out their unprofessional behavior, shining a light on the truth they tried to hide by turning their body cams off. Ultimately, officers Austin Beery and Sardo both received suspensions and were required to take sensitivity training. Officer Zachary, however, had just graduated from the police academy 2 months prior and was training under the oversight of these two officers, so he was not disciplined.
Get the fuck out of my face.
No,
dude.
get the out of my face.
Alright, cool.
Wow. Wow. I ain't breaking no law.
Yes, you
Hey. I ain't breaking no law. We got the witness up here. It's like,
In this shocking incident, an officer was called to a residence over a noise complaint. The twist comes when it's revealed that the officer knew the person responsible for the noise, and his personal animosity towards him influenced his action. The way the officer handled the situation is deeply unsettling and will make you question the boundaries between personal bias and professional duty in law enforcement. The officers.
This is a
That
public
silver car right
service.
there? Yeah. White guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sucks.
He does.
I've dealt with him. He's rude as shit.
He is. But this time he jumped out of his car at me because I walked over just to be a nice neighbor this time.
Yeah.
And before I said, would you please turn your music down? He threw his lit cigarette at me, jumped out of the car. I had my German Shepherd with me, and he started yelling at me and told abusive language. And
Did the cigarette hit you?
no. Is it true that they can play their music as loud as they want to until 11 o'clock?
The ordinance is after 11, but if he's disturbing the peace, then
Oh, he
I'm going to go have a talk with him. I've talked to him before. He's always nice. I don't care if I'm on camera saying I don't like him.
Yeah.
He's always very rude.
He is, and it's disturbing the peace.
I'm going to wait for my partner.
Trust me, he turns it up louder.
I know. I'm going to wait for my partner because he's always very aggressive.
Yes, he is.
So last time we almost got in a fight with him. So if he continues that, then he might be. We're trying to find a reason to.
I would love that.
as the officer's comments reveal a clear personal bias against the individual he was called to handle. Despite his professional role, he openly admits to disliking the person, which sets a troubling tone for how the situation may unfold, and how he deals with the situation will leave you questioning just how far this personal vendetta could go.
She's not necessarily press charges or anything, because I mean, we can't really take that as a... But if he doesn't give us our ID again, he's going to jail. I'm tired of this.
His strong reaction highlights a dangerous level of bias that may cloud his judgment and affect the fairness of their actions. And what follows next will make you question the officer's motives and actions.
Yeah, what's up?
Same face around.
I know.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good, dude.
You doing good?
Yeah, obviously you haven't learned your lesson. Get away from me.
What you looking at? Why you got
5'8" Central Copy
so close
45.
up here?
Because your music's louder more than 25 feet.
The state of Florida says. The state of Florida. No, I'm lower body than Caesar. No, get up out of my face.
As tensions rise, it became clear that the situation was spiraling, and what he did next will showcase just how far this personal animosity influences his behavior.
Alright,
Wow. Wow. I didn't say nothing.
On your stomach.
Hey, chill.
Get on your stomach.
Hey, man. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Get on your stomach. Give me your arm.
Oh, my God. You guys. It's 11 p.m.
Give me your arm.
What's your badge?
Give me your arm. Give me your fucking other arm.
No.
You understand me?
Oh, my God. No. What the No. I ain't breaking no law.
Yes, you
can. Hey. I ain't breaking no law. I ain't breaking no fucking law. I ain't breaking no fucking law. What you doing?
Hey,
no,
hey, back up.
No.
Hey,
no,
give me your...
No.
Give me your hand, you understand me?
Hey, man.
Give me your hand, you understand me?
You're breaking the law. You're public female.
Give me your hand, you're going to be taken.
Give him your hand or you're gonna get tased.
The situation quickly escalates as the officer's aggression intensifies. This disturbing encounter is far from over, and the officer's actions will leave you questioning how this was handled.
I need to...
Give him your hand.
Sieta, we got the witness up here. Thank you, guys.
Give me your hand.
What's your page and number?
You'll shoot me?
Yeah. Nope, I ain't got you.
Alright.
I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you.
Don't shoot me.
You're breaking the law.
No, I'm not.
You're a public servant.
You want to get in my face, man? You want to act like a big bad guy?
Servant.
You're going to fuck
I'm
down,
not
man.
breaking no law. I'm not breaking the law at all. I've been staying in this country. You guys trying to put me out for nothing. You guys trying to put me in jail for nothing. Like second time. Hey, I'm trying to go back to senior school. What is wrong with you guys? Hey, I'll shoot you.
Troubling display of power abuse raises some serious questions about the officer's actions and judgment. What happens next will only deepen the unsettling nature of this encounter, as the boundaries between law enforcement and excessive force blur even further.
What am I being arrested for? Света, снимай, рекордишь. Снимай, записывай на камеру. Рекордишь. Записывай это. I ain't breaking the law. The state of Florida allows me to listen to my music till 11 p.m.
This moment underscores the tension between personal rights and police authority, with what follows showing just how far the officers are willing to push the limits of their power.
Get away, I don't give a shit. Get back. Back up.
Подбери мой телефон, Света, он где-то под моими ногами, под моей рукой. Guys, that's why people hate you guys. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't break no law. I ain't trying to cop me out a second time.
Everyone on this block
You're
hates
trying to get no. Hey, stop pushing me.
Hey,
stop pushing my body.
Despite the person's attempts to assert their rights, the officer continued to assert control, escalating the situation further.
Hey, record this.
Recorded.
Those guys are getting fired because they're acting that way for nothing. I ain't breaking no law, man. What do you think I am? I'm trying to get back to the CEO school, man.
What's your ID?
No, I got 2 of them. It's valid.
Alright.
Yo, man, like, what you put me in cop for?
What's your name?
What you put me in cop for? What's your name? No, you don't have to put your feet on me like that, man. Oh, that's crazy, guys. You guys.
The victim's frustrations build as he continued to challenge the officers, condemning their behavior and calling out their misconduct.
You guys got the power to put the cops on me, man. Doesn't mean nothing, because I didn't break the law. I didn't break the fucking law. What you put the handcuffs on me, man? Nope.
You're doing the same.
You talking, man?
Cigarette at that lady.
You stopped me up. There being like 6 of you guys, and you asked me for ID, and I gave them 2 forms of ID, and I gave you 2 forms of ID, and the one of my forms of ID got lost, and right now you're trying to act smart.
No,
and
you got
like,
my face, man. I told you to get back, and you wanted to keep walking toward me.
Hey,
That's why you're
I
on the
didn't
ground.
break
That's
the
why
law
you're
right
down.
now. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I'll shoot the out of your ass.
Cool, you threatened me
I'm trying
like
to
5
get back
times
to my
now.
CDL school. I'm not selling dope. I'm not doing
right.
none of this. You can say whatever the fuck you want, but the main things, it's like, what time is it? What time is it?
The shocking encounter exposed a disturbing misuse of police power, with officers blatantly crossing boundaries in their treatment of civilians. Unfortunately, incidents like these are not isolated, and they remind us of the need for accountability within the police force. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out more similar content like this one, where officers almost got away with misconduct but were caught just in time. You won't want to miss these shocking moments, so click and watch now. Scandalous tactics frequently come to light when corrupt police officers believe they are immune to legal consequences, like these officers who were made to answer for their wrongdoings. And believe me when I say that the last instance is not one you want to miss.